Go ahead and pause the video and try this question. Lois has learned more about Arna Bontemps' writings than the rest of us because of being her favorite author. There are 4 words that the College Board hates. In other words, 4 words that if these words appear in an SAT grammar question, most likely 90% plus of the time, that choice or that sentence is going to be incorrect. What are the 4 words? Well, 3 of the words appear in this question. So you might read this original and say that it's wordy, and that would be true, but also that this phrase at the end of the sentence, learn more about the writings and the rest of us because of being her favorite author, is a bit ambiguous because it seems, maybe not even ambiguous, simply incorrect given what the sentence is trying to say, right? Lois knows more about her writings because of being her favorite author. Well, wait, is Lois Arna Bontemps' favorite author? And that's what it seems like it's saying, but really it should be Arna Bontemps is Lois's favorite author. So not only is it wordy, it's also unclear, but it also contains 3 bad words that the College Board, if it includes in a question, almost always makes them wrong. The first one, and the most important, is being. If you see being in an SAT grammar question, it's almost always wrong. Now, I don't want to say always because there's the rare question where it's correct, usually in a hard question, but pretty much always being is bad. So if you see it in a choice, at the very least, you should put a squiggly or a squiggly next to it just to indicate that it's going to be a weak choice. Hopefully you can find something better. And indeed, in A, we can get rid of that because it contains the word being. Another one that appears in this one, it's actually 2 words together. So it's 4 words total, but really it's 3 words/phrases. And it's the phrase because of. Now, the SAT actually quite likes the word because. It just doesn't like when you use because of to give reason for things. It's just awkward and not as effective as what they prefer, which is to use because to connect 2 sentences rather than because of. So here, notice we have because of being her favorite author. So when you see this, what you want to look for is look for a choice that just contains because. Because typically that's how the College Board's going to fix it. So when we look at the choices, we like C right out of the gate because it has because. So let's finish this question and then I'll give you the third, because the third choice, the third little phrase, or the 4th word the College Board hates is not in this question. So again, we're liking C, and C looks pretty good. Lois has learned more about Arna Bontemps' writings than the rest of us because Bontemps is her favorite author. It clears up who is whose favorite author, and it clears up the wordiness, gets rid of the being, changes because of to because. This looks pretty solid. Of course, we always check all 5, so let's look at B. Lois has learned more about Arna Bontemps' writings than the rest of us. This is the result of Bontemps being her favorite author. That's very awkward. Certainly wordy. It also contains being. Should have mentioned that the first time. Not a good sign, so we can get rid of B. And in fact, looking at D, us as a result of Bontemps being her favorite author, it at least clears up some of the illogical aspects of the original, but it's still wordy, and of course it contains being, so not good. More about Arna Bontemps' writings and the rest of us, since Bontemps is her favorite as an author. Okay, moving closer to where we want to go, but replacing because with since is probably not preferred. We would rather because here, but that's not the major issue. I would think the major issue is still it's wordy. Is her favorite as an author? Why don't you just say is her favorite author, right? There's no, I mean, even this might contain a kind of ambiguity because it almost seems like still Lois could be their author, so she's her, there's still a confusion here. So we can get rid of E. Notice C is close to the original, just gets rid of the being and changes because of to because, and adds Bontemps in there to make it clear. So it's pretty close to the original. It makes all the changes we wanted. And it's pretty short. It's, in fact, the shortest choice outside of A of the 4. And all those things lead us to like choice C. And that's the answer. What's the third word or the third phrase? It's plus. The SAT likes to use plus instead of and. And you typically see this in error ID questions, not so much in these improving sentences, but you can really see it anywhere. So if you see plus and you could use and instead, it's almost always preferable to do that. So these are the 3 words or the 4 words, the 3 phrases that if you see them in a question, be very careful because almost always they're going to be wrong. To learn more about Reason Prep's SAT, SAT subject test, and ACT video courses, go to reasonprep.com/enroll, and you can find the link in the description below the video.